I feel like I'm at a doctor appointment.
Yep. Don't think about that too hard.
Very different. You know what I mean. An exam.
Oh, that's nice.
I've never been this inconsistent. I think I'm nervous in front of you guys.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
We're pretty intimidating guys.
Kind of big deal, you know. I don't think anybody's ever recognized me before, so. And I have like 150 Instagram followers, so I'm kind of hot right now. Sorry.
There's kind of two main paths I could see us taking here. One is essentially throwing mechanic, like fundamental focus that would give you a higher ceiling for like everything. And then the other thing, my opinion is, I can't in good conscience let you like leave here without addressing the fact that you don't have a real like second serve. Like competitively speaking, that's a huge liability.
I didn't even know where to buy a second serve.
I
didn't know what stores they sell it. So
you came to the right
I'm good at shopping.
location.
Excuse me, do you have any second serves in stock? Amazon was out.
I haven't picked it up.
Okay, so let's start with a professional example of what a second serve looks like. We're going to look at back-to-back serves from Milos Raonic. And this first serve is a flat serve. Remember our magical phrase, the face sends it, the path bends it. It's the path. The more direct a path is, which is what he's doing on this serve, he's going to hit this target location. And when his racket lines up behind the ball, it's directly behind the ball relative to the plane or the line of his target, which means when he hits it, his racket is traveling through the ball directly towards where he wants it to go. So when there's no deviation between the path of his racket and the path of the ball, all his energy is being sent through the ball as power or pace or speed or whatever you want to call it. That means if there's no deviation, then there's not going to be any spin, and if there's not any spin, there's not going to be any curve. And so you can see the path of the ball here is it's just a straight line. It's like a laser, beam right at his target. No curve, no margin for error. It's just a bomb, like right towards his target. Now, this one is totally different. We're not going to watch where the ball goes yet, and I just want you to watch the path of the racket. And tell me how you would describe the direction that his racket is swinging on this serve.
It's like to the side.
I recently figured this out, discovered this. The sun is directly behind him. You can tell by the shadow here. Watch the shadow of his arm. This is pretty cool. This is the forward swing right now. Look at how his arm goes almost totally sideways to the baseline. You see his arm here?
Yeah.
And so his arm is barely going forwards. It is going forwards, but it's mostly traveling this direction. So how is it that he can swing that way and have the ball go in the box?
Magic.
Spin.
That's part of it.
There's the path.
The path bends it. What's the first part of it?
The face of the racket.
Does what?
The face of the racket directs it.
That's right. Yeah.
I got that.
Sends it.
Yeah.
Sends it.
Right. So the reason why the ball has spin is his racket is traveling aggressively this way while his strings are facing this way. And so that mix of path and face is what rotates the ball. And it's the rotation that makes it curve, and it's the curve that gives him safety. So he's not swinging any slower on this serve. He's just directing his acceleration in a different direction so that the ball now on this serve, watch the path of the ball, how it starts really high over the net, and then it dives down well inside the baseline, and then jumps way up on the other side. So there's a big curve to this serve, whereas the first one just went in a straight line right towards the box. Look at baby Ian.
Young Ian.
From 13 years ago. So when I look at your serve, so as you reach up and swing and hit the ball, what direction is your racket traveling?
just going straight to where I'm aiming.
Yep. And so there's not ever going to be any curve or like bend or AKA safety or margin because your racket, it's moving a little bit to the side, but pretty minimally. It's, let's say 90% traveling through the ball towards your target. So what we're going to learn to do is swing in a different direction to curve the ball. That's going to give you a second serve. So a totally different serve than your first one, but you can also use it as a first serve. If somebody's struggling with the spin that you're delivering, it can actually be a good first serve too, but the margin is going to be way higher than what you have now.
Okay.
All right, so I'll show you how to do it. Let's go up to, we'll start off on the service line. Is my racket out here? Yeah.
Yep.
Time to elevate.
Time to elevate.
So we are gonna stand back here for a second, please, and I'll demonstrate for you what you're about to do. We're gonna use this tee here as a guide post, and I'm gonna shadow 4 serves. My first 2, I'm gonna turn and deliver the racket straight down the line, the center line. So what type of serve would this be? So it's kind of a trick question. It's only a flat serve if my racket is also facing the line when I hit the ball. If I swing in that direction and my racket is facing this way, it would actually be a slice serve that goes off in that direction.
Okay.
Just totally theoretical. Just the whole, what makes it a flat serve is the path and the face at contact being in alignment. Right. So that's what I'd like you to shadow, is the path and the face matching up down the center line. Then after those 2, you're going to drop your racket and swing up and along the service line. And at your imaginary contact point, your racket's going to be facing the box, but your path is going to continue out along the service line. So 2 this way, and then 2 this way. Just really nice and slow.
Yep.
Just to get used to that idea of tracing a different path. Yeah, that's right. That's good. That's good. Nice job. That's good. One more of those, and then we'll clean up one more part of it.
There you go.
So the way that you finish this and have it feel a little smoother is after you've made it past the point of contact, your hand should turn and release so that your palm and your strings are facing towards the back fence. And then that makes it possible for it to come in front of your body. And you've been kind of, you've been locking this in and just stopping right here.
Finishing the
Yep.
donation and.
Yeah, that's right. One more of those. Good. Come check this out real quick. So here's your last, like second to last one. So now we're sending the racket in a different direction out to the side.
Ooh, that looks nice.
But the strings are still facing the box. So the ball is still going to go that way. But because your racket is traveling that way, we're going to make a bunch of spin. That's what's going to give us the curve. And then you're releasing and coming across. That's how you hit a second serve.
Wow.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You are going to shadow that path twice just to mentally review it and make sure you're kind of locked into that technique. And then after the second one, you're going to put a ball toss up and take all of your mental energy and just put it towards committing to that path along the service line. Doesn't matter where the ball goes, doesn't even matter if you hit the ball. I would just like to see your racket actually stick to that direction. Yep, and commit to that path. Yes.
There.
Do you see what just happened to the ball? What did the ball do?
Went in the box.
No, what about that?
It spun.
And
then it went in a completely different direction than my racket, but it was because I spun it there.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So curve or bend.
Yeah.
It's from the rotation. Yeah, on the ball. Yeah. What's cool is since we recorded it, is we can actually like quantify it. Like your reaction, by the way. Like,
Oh my God.
like Corey just proposed to you. Or
Yeah. Or you hit that lady in
So
the
last
face.
time she
and
made that
moved it.
face.
Yeah.
That's the replay of the day, though. So I'm going to draw a line right down. I mean, I guess I don't really have to, but look at where the ball starts. The ball is beginning like a foot to the right of that line. And then as it travels, it's going to get closer. And then as it bounces, it continues, and then it finishes to the left side of that line. So that's the beginning of a big curve. And that curve is where the safety comes from. And the curve comes from your racket traveling across the ball in a direction other than where you want the ball to go. So this is what you're missing before. And that's going to be your second serve. We just got work to do still.
Yeah, no, I understand, but
This is the
everybody does start
principle.
somewhere.
Yeah, this is the thing we're going to grab onto, and we're going to keep doing more and more and better.
Great.
Any questions on it?
No, I have a lot of homework. Jesus, I have a lot of homework.
Hey, you showed up.
Yeah.
I came with a big bag of problems.